And now, around the world and around the corner, it's the David Bowers Awards, bringing the best in indie music to millions of listeners worldwide with your host, the David Bowers. We've got a fantastic lineup of guests, as well as our engineer extraordinaire, Nick the Geek, our entire crew here at the Asylum, and me. I'm John Bon Jovial. And now, here's the voice of indie music, the David Bowers.
Voices, voices, voices everywhere. I even hear voices in the background. John Bon Jovial, you gotta stop muttering in the background there. I mean,
That's not me. I think you're psychotic.
It must be some of the
psychotic, but you know.
it must be some of the other lunatics here in the asylum. Welcome aboard, everybody.
Psychotic to do this show.
Welcome aboard, everybody, around the world, and of course in Rochester, New York, where you're listening to us through the facilities of WRFZ FM 106.3. That's Rochester Free Radio, our flagship station back there. And we want to thank all of you for joining us, especially to our good friend Mary Perry, who is, she is I had a note here, she's a licensed disability underwriter, I believe it is. And we're very proud to have her aboard because she seems to like this show, and she helps underwrite the cost of the show through Rochester Free Radio. So those of you in Rochester, keep Mary Perry in mind, and we thank you very much, Mary Perry. We are proud and glad to have you as a supporter of the David Bowers Awards, the only show that is always an award show, because there are so many. We figured, well, we'll just make every show an award show, and that solves that problem. There are no nominating committees, no balloting, no voting, no nothing like that. Simply, somebody deserves an award, they get it. They do something great, they get an award. They do something dumb, they get an award. And we've got a Raspberry Award just for the people who do the real dumb things. But today we have a good award, and we'll get to that in just a moment after I thank our house band, Titty Bingo, for providing our theme music every week, and we're still waiting for them to get back in the studio so that they can give us some new music. In the meanwhile, their most recent album is called Rock and Roll, and it's available right now. You can go to their website, tittybingo.com, and order yourself a copy. You can listen to tracks from it, and you can write them and tell them what you think of their music, which we hope you enjoy, because they are really some superb musicians that also do a lot of studio work for major artists like Willie. They also back them up on the road. So check them out, because it's always time for Titty Bingo. So check them out for you if you would, please. We want to take a moment right now to actually do our first The David Bowers Award of the Week. And of course, all the guests on our show become instant award winners just by virtue of the fact they're on the show. But we want to shout out to our special award winners. And this week, our first The David Bowers Award goes to Mr. Bobby Bare. And for those of you who have followed country music and pop music over the years, the name is very familiar. He has been around for a good long time. Bobby turned 83 over the weekend. And last Friday, a guy by the name of Garth Brooks made a special appearance at the Grand Ole Opry to induct Bobby Bare into the Grand Ole Opry family. And personally, I think that was an honor that was a long time coming. I mean, it's a long way from Detroit City to Music City, USA. That's an honor that was long overdue. Bobby Bare being inducted officially into the Grand Ole Opry family. John Bon Jovial?
I can't believe that he wasn't inducted years ago. Bobby Bare, what a class act. I mean, he just did so many.
Absolutely.
I think probably the funniest song he ever did was The Winner. That
yep,
makes me the winner.
Yeah. And, there was 500 Miles Away from Home and Miller's Cave. I remember Miller's Cave. And funny backup. I enjoyed the fact, and I'm proud and happy to say that I got the privilege of interviewing Bobby back in Nashville long ago in a galaxy far away. I got to have about a 10, 15-minute conversation with him. Really, you're right. You hit the nail on the head. Class act, down-home type of guy. He's the type of guy you want to go sit on the back porch and have a little lemonade and sit and chat with for a while. But a little-known fact, a lot of people are not aware of the fact that those of us antiques who remember the old early days of rock and roll back when Elvis was around, as a matter of fact, when Elvis got drafted into the Army, if you remember those days, you remember that there was a song that came out that was it was a kind of play on Elvis Presley being the all-American boy, which, of course, he wasn't considered by parents of the kids back then. He was not quite considered an all-American boy, but it was a neat little song.
Another great song, yeah.
Guy comes on with this accent and says, "Come on, y'all, I'm going to teach you how to be an all-American boy. You get yourself a guitar and pick a tune," and monster hit out of it. And that, in fact, was Bobby Bare. Now, the name on the label doesn't say Bobby Bare, but it was, in fact, him. And it got labeled Bill Parsons, right? And the reason for that, as told to me by Bobby Bare, very humbly, was because when he left the studio, he was such an unknown. They forgot to write his name down, and they didn't know the artist's name to put on the label, so they put one of the guys' names that was in the studio at the time. But that was Bobby Bare was Bill Parsons of All American Boy fame. So that, in fact, was Bobby Bare's very first hit single. Oh, I thought that was a really interesting sideline. Yes, John.
Yeah, I never had the privilege of seeing Bobby Bare in concert, but I remember over the years, working at WSUN in Tampa and WQYK in Tampa and KIBS in Bishop, California, and a myriad of other places. We would play Bobby Bare not only as a country artist, but he crossed over into pop quite a bit as well.
Yes, he did.
And he was just an absolute major talent. At 83 years old, God bless him. Happy birthday, Bobby Bare.
And congratulations on finally becoming a member of the Opry family. We salute you, Bobby Bare. Yes, we do. We're going to move right along because, as usual, we got an awful lot of music that we want to cram in here for you guys today that are listening. And one of the ones we're going to do right now, we're going to play a track by another Britisher, a gentleman from the outskirts of London by the name of Ritchie Lambert, who's been in the studio, and he's been around for a while. He's got a slightly new sound. He's reimagined himself, come out with a new sound. I heard it. I liked it. I think he's got a way to go with it, and who knows? If you like it, maybe we'll get him on here in the very near future. Give us a listen and drop us a line at david@TheDavidBowers.com or hit us up on our Facebook or Twitter pages and tell us what you think. This is Ritchie Lambert. The song is called She Knew Me.
I go, she goes, I know, but she knows. She knows me. I want, she wants. I've got, but she's got. She's got me.
Oh, there you go. That's Ritchie Lambert from the UK. She Knew Me. And who knows? Maybe we'll get Ritchie to come in on the show and play his new stuff, because he just got out of the studio recording a brand new album, and there's some good stuff on there. I think you're going to like it, and we look forward to maybe having him here on the show. Be sure and let us know what you think about Ritchie Lambert, if you would, please. And we thank him very much for sending us that tune, and we look forward to your comments to perhaps have him on the show in the very near future. Right now, we want to turn our attention to the not-so-greatest kept secret from Chicago, a group that's been on the show here before, and we've got them back again for a couple of reasons. One, they do some great music, and their current album is really making some waves in indie music radio, and we wanted to get them back on here to share some of the tunes with you. And they call themselves the PondHawks. They're out of Chicago, and for a long time they were considered the Chicago's greatest music secret, because they weren't really well known outside of the Windy City. Now they're starting to make a name, as I said, for themselves around the country and across the pond over on the other side, too. They're getting a lot of play on indie radio, both online and broadcast, and we're really proud to have known them, before they became big and famous. So we're going to give you one of their tunes right now, and then we're going to go ahead and have a chat with the three of them and hear what's been going on, and also whatever the mystery is. There seems to be some kind of a mystery surrounding what they're doing right now, and we vowed that we would get to the bottom of it and find out what it is and blab it all to the world. So join us for that, if you would, please. Right now, it's a pleasure for us to bring back one more time group from Chicago, known as the PondHawks. This is the title tune from their latest album. It's called Blue Light.
Reminiscing, sailing through the caverns of my mind, waiting for the world to melt away. As the count of dust will rise and blankets over me, blue light washes out the day. Being in this house again excites my heart ablaze, brings a peace of mind I can't explain. Hear the thunder rolling in the not too distant hills. Sit on the porch and listen to the rain. I should be